Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday. It is February 4th. My name is Nikki Damkowitz. I'm known as the Sassy Subber around here. And we have for you in the back office, we have Miss Jody. As you can see, I also have my little puppies around who are just kind of joining me this morning. So today we're going to be talking about the new items from Driven by Graphics. Right, that's Marvin's company, and it is the oven mitt and pot holder. Now, I know what you're saying, Nikki. There's about a bajillion oven mitts and pot holders out there. What makes these so special? Well, thank you for asking. I truly appreciate that question. And I'm going to show you what they are. Now, when they came in, I did a live unboxing over on the Talk on Thursday, and I got to tell you, right out of the gate, pretty impressed. We're going to do something that I did over there because I feel like it's important. There's some things I want to talk about with them. Now, please note that the manufacturer's instructions or the vendor instructions for these is 360 for 80 seconds. I'm going to push the envelope. You're going to watch me do it. I'm going to do exactly what he says I need to do. And then I'm going to see what happens if I add extra heat. Why is that? Well, normally we press stuff at 385 or 395 for 60 seconds. So it makes me wonder, why 360? So let's go on this journey together. Let me just pop myself over to the other camera, but please say good morning to Jody, who is behind the helm this morning. She is going to be answering all your questions in the comment section. That voice you may hear every now and then if I need to slow down, if somebody has a question, because I don't always read the comments. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe to this and all the other videos that I do over on YouTube. It would be greatly appreciated. Good morning, Marvin. Good morning. All right, let's pop on over. All right. So when I got these, right out of the gate, I looked at them and I went, okay, what's going to make these special, right? And I will tell you, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what was going to make these all special. I wasn't sure what was going to make these all different. I'm just pulling myself up on my phone just so I can see y'all. Just because I am going to have to move the camera. So let's talk about these. Here they are, right? You've seen them in my group. You've seen them listed over in Ashley's group. So what makes these different? Right? What makes them stand out, if you will? So first things first, one, this is a canvas front. You're going to want to lint roll this. It does have the black trim around the outside edge, but it has a rubber backing. Okay. This is going to be important. This is going to be an important detail when I show you what I did Thursday, and it was kind of weird. So we have this. This is the pot holder. Whoops. This is the oven mitt, right? So they both have that rubber backing, but they also have the canvas front. When I literally tell you I stuck my hand in here and it's like a hug for your hand, I am not kidding. It is quilted on the inside. It's nice and thick, but it's not so thick that you can't, grab something with it. So first things first, let me show you before we get into the pressing part of this, what we're about to do. Because if you have ever purchased an oven mitt or a pot holder, you cannot do what I'm about to do for very long. All right, so let me just scoot boot over this camera. All right. Jody, can you see my heat press there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Oh, and I need to turn you up because, well, I can't hear you. There we go. Okay. So here's what I did. I looked at Marvin and I went, now my heat press right now is on 375. Now we're going to sit here and we're going to see how long it takes. And why am I doing this, you're asking, right? Well, here's the thing. With most traditional oven mitts, you cannot put your hand on something for very long without the heat seeping through. And I can tell you right now, currently I don't feel anything. And my hand's been here longer than 10 seconds. We're probably at 15 or 20 at this point. It's just now starting to have it so that I feel it. Okay. That is a huge selling feature when you are, and it's just barely warm. Like I feel like it feels like I left it in the sun, right? It's warm. It's nothing that I'm going to be worried about, that I'm going to burn my hands. None of that. That is a huge selling feature because most of them that have, and that's steam. I mean, you see the steam coming off that bad boy. Okay. There's a reason I did that because I wanted to know how much heat was going to come through this and what was it going to do. So I literally just went over and I went, okay. And we're like 25 seconds in before I started feeling anything. The same holds true for the pot holders. That's a huge selling feature when you're having 400, 400, 450, 475, whatever it is you're cooking at in your oven. Maybe you're taking stuff off the grill, right? That's a huge selling feature because honestly, you should start feeling it by now. You should be feeling it with traditional oven mitts and pot holders. And you can see I really am not even feeling anything at this point. So if you wanted to know, now you know. Now, what makes these also slightly different is they're not overly masculine, because in the old ones that we used to find, the neoprene style ones, they kind of had like a more masculine feel to them, and they were kind of just bulky. These you can use in your kitchen. They're form and function. I love a good form and function. So what we're going to do is we're going to press one at the temperature Marvin suggests, which is 360 for 80 seconds. That's a long dwell time. And it's, let's see, turn that one off. So we're going to do it for 80 seconds. And he recommends light pressure. I'm going to leave this right here because we're going to work over there today. So one of the things you need to do is have your sticky lint roller. Yes, can you use your velvet one? Absolutely. But your velvet lint roller is great for your velvety type items because it has like the fingers, but your sticky lint roller, and the nice part is too, you don't got to lint roll both sides. Okay. So we're going to lint roll this. Now for me, I will turn it and go into a different direction. Why do you turn it, Nikki? Well, because you know what? You never know which way a fiber is going to be, and you want to make sure that you get it all off. So I will go right around this, and it may seem like overkill, but really the design is better if we do it that way. Okay, let me cut my transfer. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, the question is, Nick, you have a lot of designs already for oven mitts and pot holders. Will these work? Yes, you might have to do some resizing to have them fit, but sure, they should work. So let me get some butcher paper because he does say light pressure. So what I am going to do is flip this over because I got to get my light pressure dialed in here. Well, that's light. Okay. We're going to see. And I don't know if it's because the back swells. We're going to let that cool off for a few minutes. It's not very often you will find a blank that you are going to you're going to press at such a low heat. That's actually not in the norm of things. So we're going to find out why. So this one I'm going to press at the manufacturer's or Marvin's instructions, which is 360 for 80 seconds, light pressure. And then on the oven mitt, I'm going to do it at my normal. I'm going to do it at the squish the heck out of me. And well, not that one. We're not going to do that kind of pressure, but your normal pressure, normal temp, and I want to see what happens. I'm pretty sure nothing will happen, but then again, I don't know. All right. So I have lint rolled. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to decide where your image goes and how you want this to hang. Because it does have the hook, the little thing right here. You want to decide, do you want it to be up, make sure you're paying attention is all I'm saying. So this has a generous bleed space. If you look at his templates, it has a bleed space. It has a safe space, and then it has where it takes this into account, this black edge. So for those who are proficient in Photoshop, you'll see that there's 3 layers to this. All right, let me get this down here. I'm only putting 2 pieces of tape on. 2 pieces of tape, corners. Now, remember, I do have a clamshell. So for this, Would I put something under this? I don't know, because this is a new item for me. I don't know how it's going to respond, but we're going to figure it out. All right. He says light pressure. Have I never been more in doubt? Yes, absolutely. I have fun. We're going to let it go. We're going to just let it go. In the meantime, I'm going to stand over here and I'm going to lint roll my oven mitt. There's just been some times that I question, but you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to question. It's not supposed to be. These are great for Father's Day gifts, you know, for the grill person in your life. They're going to be great for that. Housewarming gifts. This is also great for somebody to give as real estate agent gifts because of the quality. They are quality. I got to be honest. I have pressed a lot of different pot holders and oven mitts in the last 7 years. And I think this is the first one where it has that rubber backing, but it has the canvas front that, you know, there was a neoprene with the the rubber backing, right? They just seemed kind of bulky to me. They're a great idea. Loved them. The traditional ones with the silver backing. So it was like he basically had two ideas and married them together to make for a better quality oven mitt and pot holder. So honestly, I'm pretty impressed, because I will say that I am a fan of this rubber backing, and that's not just me giving y'all lip service. I really am, because there's times where I'm holding a really hot plate, and you could feel the heat come through it. Now, remember what I said, this was 360 for 80 seconds, and it was light pressure, and I have no idea what this is going to look like. So if my facial expression tells you I screwed up, well, now you know. All right. Okay, I will tell you, I did not pre-press this, okay? Because again, we're working through the process. New item to me, did not pre-press. We did lint roll. I do see where there's some wrinkles here. So either my pressure was too light, or the fact that I didn't pre-press it could have been an issue. So otherwise, it pressed all the way around these edges, perfect, but I do have some wrinkles in there. So now what we're gonna do is, because I don't want that on the second time around, I am going to reuse my butcher paper, by the way, just because, well, just because. All right. Flip this over for a second, just so I can figure out my pressure. I like that pressure better. It's more like a medium, a light to medium, more of a medium pressure, not a squish the heck out of me pressure, but more of a medium pressure. Now we're going to pre-press this, because I do have some wrinkles in this one. So let's pre-press this down, because I really want to get those wrinkles right out. I think having a little bit more firm pressure might be a good thing. Now, as for the dwell time and temp, yeah, nope. It honestly went really good. There he is, by the way. Isn't he adorable? Who doesn't just love a cute Italian chef? Sandy,
So
yes.
So cute.
What?
I was saying that your mouse is really cute.
Oh. So there, I have pre-pressed this out. There are some wrinkles. I think that'll be fine. All right, so we have medium. We have a light to medium. I'm going to leave, you know what? I'm going to see what happens when so now that I've got a little bit more pressure, will my colors be, not that my colors aren't vibrant in here, they absolutely are, but I don't know. I won't know the difference. What I am going to do is I'm going to up the temp. Okay. Because again, you're going to be doing things. You're going to forget that there's a temp change, especially down to 360. So we're going to go all the way up to what we normally do. We're going to do the 385. We're going to drop it down to 60. Now, basically, that's a wash. I don't know if you realize that. It's pretty much a wash. So if you lower your temperature, longer dwell time, you could still press something. It's just a longer dwell time. If you up your temperature and you lower your time, it's just a shorter, quicker in the process. Seems quicker. It's more time. It's quicker with time, not necessarily with the same press. You know what I mean? Let me see. I saw a demo. It looks like the color units. Oh. I don't normally look at the comments, but when one of my mods makes a very long comment, I tend to look. So I am going to tape this down numerous places just to make sure it's there. Let's see where we're at. We're at 371. Okay. So again, if you do a longer dwell time, lower temp, it should press the same with color quality. If as if you were doing it at 385 for 60. The reason I'm doing this, I've upped the temperature and lowered the dwell time. And then I've upped the pressure. Why? Because sometimes we're going from shirt to slates to wherever we're at, and we don't always remember to change our settings. So if we had an oops, what will happen if we have the oops? I'm pretty sure nothing's going to happen just because I'm flip-flopping the dwell time and the heat. But you never know. Where I'm going to be interested is when I've upped the pressure, right? So I've upped the pressure, and actually I wanted to do a little bit more. We've upped the pressure to a nice solid medium pressure, not quite firm, but definitely a medium pressure. He has it at light, and we're going to see, because I have a spot on the oven mitt that even though I have pre-pressed it, I'm concerned as to what it's going to look like. You didn't see it, but I did. And there's just one spot where it kind of dimples in. It's not necessarily like it kind of dimpled in like it did right here, right? So now I want to see, is that going to be an issue for me? Or does the firm pressure help eliminate that? Or the medium pressure, I should say, versus the light. So we're about to find that out. All right. Put this in here. So now we've flip-flopped the dwell time and the heat. We've increased the pressure. I've added medium, a nice solid medium pressure, not squish the heck out of me pressure. We don't want to do super firm. So I'm kind of curious as to what happened. I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm not sure anything's going to happen with it, but you never know. It is, I mean, the colors are gorgeous. And it goes right into all these little seams right in through here, right? So that wasn't a problem. I just didn't pre-press this one. I want to go through and do all the mistakes that one makes and see what happens, just because you have to go, okay, yes, I definitely have to pre-press this, because it does, even though it has this rubber backing, you still need to pre-press it, right? Because it has a fabric front. There are some things like neoprene, because it has a kind of that neoprene back type. Because it has that, a lot of times we say don't, because it swells, right? Because neoprene does swell. This one I would pre-press, especially to make sure all your wrinkles are out. But I would rather make the mistake than you. All right, let's see. Now, I do see a pressure issue. The only reason, I have a clamshell. So what I'm going to do, turn this around. Yep, it's just because I have a clamshell. Okay. I'm going to drop it down like it's hot, because it is. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time because I have a clamshell. Could I put something under that front edge? Yes. But because remember, when you go longer on your clamshell, sometimes you can have a pressure issue up at this point, depending on what it is. Could I have gone this way, because it goes 16 by 20 this way, so I have 16 by 20? Sure, I absolutely could have gone sideways, pushed it more towards the back, probably not had a problem at all. But I put it in naturally the way I normally would, and that would be there. So I just added a little bit of dwell time, just because it's what I know. There we go. Let's see. As for color, I will say, because it's the same image, I mean, it's super cute. Let me do some color comparison here. It's the same identical image. I'm going to say that it's a little bit darker. Like my colors are a little bit darker, not by much. So if you did the 360 for 80, you absolutely are going to get beautiful color. As for pre-press, yes, by me pre-pressing it, I still have my dimple, but you know what? It's not as noticeable. I probably could have pre-pressed it for a little bit longer, maybe turned it in my press. Because remember, I stuck it in this way. So if I had stuck it in maybe this way, I might have gotten, I have a little dimple, but honestly, it pressed all of that. So definitely pre-press it. Pre-press it, give it a good pre-press. And you might even want to do a little bit more firm pressure on that pre-press. Does it do anything to this? Nope. Now, you saw that I had taken this right out of there. I am not having issues. I mean, I like hotter than Satan showers. So this isn't bothering me being warm on the inside and have had it at 385. Now, would I have put my hand in this right away, right out of there? Nope, I would not have. Nope. But it has cooled down a little bit, so it is nice and toasty inside there, right? So you can definitely do it at 385 for 60 seconds with medium pressure. This is what it looks like. Look at those, right? You really can't see. I mean, he is so cute. Sandy wanted an Italian chef. So I said, can we do an Italian mouse? Because, so this is what this is. I got to say, adding the extra pressure, adding the extra temperature, lowering my dwell time, not much different. The only thing I suggest is definitely make sure you lint roll it in every which direction. Make sure that you pre-press it. And if you've got a clamshell, you might want to turn it to pre-press it. To make sure you get, because this is where the trouble spots can be because of wrinkles. But otherwise, clamshell users, you watched me go in and press it like this, right? And then turn it because I wanted to make sure that it got all the areas. Could we have turned it sideways? Yes, we absolutely could have turned this. Let me lower this down just a little. Yes, we could have turned it sideways and pressed it, and I could have pushed it further back in here. Absolutely. But you know what? Instinctively, we just kind of put it in like this. We do the little pressy press thing. And what happens is there's some pressure issue because it's long, a little bit of a pressure issue up on the top. That's fine. You could have also added a little bit more pressure too, because these will take a beating. Could you have done firm pressure? Probably. And would it have done anything? Probably not. So there you go. Those are the things that I would definitely think about when you're doing these. These are going to pair well with his towels. All the stuff. Sorry, I got something in my eye. All the stuff that you can pair these with. You can, I believe he has aprons. I can't remember off the top of my head, but even if you get an apron, you can pair them with aprons. You can pair them with his fancy towels that you know that I absolutely love. They would definitely be the thing and the choice. So again, you can use the vendor's instructions of 360 for 80 seconds. He says light pressure. Yes, you can use light pressure. You definitely want to make sure you lint roll and pre-press these before you do anything. Not a problem. Does it pass the Nikki 10 out of 10 sassy? Yes, it absolutely does, because I could go just like this and not have an issue with the heat. And you saw that I'm holding this for a long period of time. So if I'm taking something out of the oven and I need to walk it to the table, I'm not feeling the heat coming through this, that it's going to be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I love that. So again, I have pressed a lot of these over the years, and I love the fact that we have the canvas front. Love the canvas front. We love that. And I love this rubber backing because you can also use it for while you're at the grill, because we tend to grill at very high heats. And you're at an open flame, and it's going to protect you from that. So there is that. Is it nice? When it comes in, it's rather on the stiff side, but now that it's been, like everything else, now that it's been a little bit warmed up, it does make it a little bit easier. This one has cooled down and it goes right back to, it doesn't get squished. You don't have to worry about that. The wear and tear is going to be a lot longer on these than most that are on the market. Do I love the ones with the silver back? I do. But again, that silver backing on the ones that are sublimation ones can wear down, just like they can with any of the ones that you buy at the big box stores. That silver part wears down over time. This is going to have some longevity, whereas the ones with the silver back, again, wear down, wear and tear. It's just normal. It doesn't mean it's a bad quality product. Absolutely not. It doesn't. All it just means is that it's just not going to have a long shelf life, if you will. Any questions in the comments here? I don't think so. I just wanted to double check. So we've already started posting designs for this. I say I think it was just Terry Fillmore at the moment. I know that there's ones over in Ashley's group who have been posting, but I will be posting in our group. Yes, you can use my designs already for this. I am going to double check that for you. So then you'll watch for that announcement that yes, you can use already what I have or what you've already purchased, just with a little resizing. That's about it for today. It's a low-key Sass. I hope you guys have been enjoying the lives I've been doing throughout the week, and you're going to see more this coming week as well. And that's it for today. Until next time, I'll see you all on the flip side. Good night, good evening, whatever.